couple of decades since Little Women was last on the big screen. We know there's been TV adaptations. Is there something you'd say about the Times that is anxious to see these stories again? Because I have sensed, I'm seeing lots of different kind of stories today. I'm reporting on different films. I wouldn't have been reporting on them 10 years ago.
Right.
I feel something's changed.
I think this book is something that means so much to so many. These girls are girls that we've grown up with, and if you haven't, your mum did, and if she didn't, your gran did. Greta grew up with these girls almost like her sisters, and they were incredibly important to her. I think every generation has their version of this story, and the director pulls things out from the book that they believe is the most important thing. And for Greta, it was about all of these girls and what all of these girls brought and how ambitious every single one of these girls were in their art. And the relationship of women with money and with power and with success. And it's so important to keep that coming, I suppose. And yeah, there's the stories that are coming out in the last few years are so impressive for women and so important for women. And in just the short time that I've been in the industry, I've noticed that things are changing and the characters are not even bigger, but they are more well thought out. And so it's no surprise that we're coming back to Little Women because it's important.
And some of the themes of Little Women, I mean, a lot of people watching, this is obviously Louisa May Alcott wrote this in the 1860s. I mean, a woman had absolutely no rights whatsoever until she was married, which is something that your character articulates very well. That's an important, starter point from where we are today to how difficult it was back then.
I mean, there weren't any choices. There weren't many choices at all, and that's why I think it's so important that we see Aunt March's desperation in this version. Aunt March knew that she needed to get one of these four girls married, and she tried. She tried to get Meg married, Jo married, and then Amy was her last hope, and she says that. And I think it's really important for us to understand that women couldn't own their own money when they were married. They didn't own their own children. In England at the same time, because Lady Macbeth was set during that time as well, women were property. When you sold a house, you could get the woman with it. And so that's... those were the chances of being a woman. And so I think it is important to underline that, yes, while it's very easy to appreciate, what Jo did, what Louisa May Alcott did, she didn't marry, and she did get her own copyright, and she did earn money. That was unheard of. And for women back then, the safest thing you can do is for you to find someone who was rich, and you would have a safe life. And I think we get to see that now through Amy and the decisions that she had to make.
It makes you appreciate, we've still got a long way to go, but it does make you appreciate, I suppose, where we're at now. There has been
totally, yeah, there has. There needs to be some more. I mean, I remember a few years ago when I heard about equal pay, and I was genuinely so shocked. I remember thinking, but that's medieval. Equal pay, that's still, and I wasn't being naive about it. I was just genuinely so shocked that was a conversation. I hadn't also been earning that much money by that point, but I couldn't believe that was a conversation we were having now. So yeah, it's still ongoing.
And actually, that conversation was almost started in a more public forum by the film industry, by people calling it out. And obviously a lot of us aren't film stars, we don't earn that kind of money. No, I know. But that's where it sort of started. Yeah,
I mean, no one wants to hear that when someone is doing the exact same job as you, they're getting more simply because they're a different sex. Like, what a way to make you feel totally at a loss. So whether it's about how much you earn or why you're earning it, it's still an argument that deserves to be argued.